It's fading out.
Is this it? Are we going?
It's the time to talk.
Oh my god. Hello everybody, it's episode 32. I hope you all enjoyed episode 31.
We have a guest.
Betting
Get it out
and
of the
stuff.
way nice and early.
A very special guest.
Because she needs to talk.
Okay. Quiva, hello.
Who is Quiva? Tell everyone.
Oh, okay, so we're going to do the backstory. We love a good origin story. I was going to say orange story. Origin story on the JB Waffle Hour. Quiva, my niece, has joined us this week because John is either getting his hair done, his teeth done. What else do you do in Turkey?
The boobs. He's getting his boobs done.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not.
Boob reduction in Turkey. But John is our international correspondent, so he's gone again.
Yeah.
Did you see on his... Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh my god.
So you're here to help us talk about our topic later on, which is the Leaving Cert, which starts today.
So can I just clear something up? Your surname isn't my niece, is it? You're actually Bertie's niece.
Yeah.
Yeah, your surname
100%
isn't
like.
my niece.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
that'd be a fancy name.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Stand out.
My niece.
Denise.
Denise Manice.
Denise Manice.
So you want to do your welcoming thingy that you usually do?
Yeah, you always cut across me, and I always have the thing in my head ready to go. Be
I know.
professional, like
It's
we're on the
tradition.
radio.
It's tradition, man.
You know. At least I only have one person cutting across me today. Yeah, so this is episode 32. We will talk about keeping house first is always our first segment.
Mhm.
Then you want to do some of your news. Then we have our Waffle Central, which is the Leaving Cert. So we're hoping to help people get through it and bring in some younger
Good
listeners.
luck to them. I'll not be helping anyone.
Due to the fact that we don't have that many younger listeners, but we're trying to branch into that different demographic.
It's probably for the best. Yeah, the under what fives is what we're looking for.
Under fives. Oh, the Teletubbies was on Britain's Got Talent
I
over the
saw
weekend.
that. Yeah. We do the news.
Yes, news.
News. So my news this week, I've got 3 or 4 topics, and feel free to weigh in on this. My first bit of news. You ready for this one? This one was shocking. How to Murder Your Husband. Author found guilty of murdering her husband.
That was on the news the other morning.
Yeah, so this lady wrote a book in 2011. Well, it wasn't really a book, actually, sorry. It was like an essay or a magazine thing that she wrote.
Well, the bullet points.
I'm not sure. I haven't read it. I haven't been able to find it. I went researching today. I spent a solid hour looking.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
looking for it.
Put the effort in.
Yeah, I had to find out exactly what the details of this was. But she wrote that in 2011, and then in 2018, Nancy Crampton Brophy. I could say her name now because I think she's going to jail, so it's fine. She can't get me. Has been found guilty of second-degree murder for shooting her 63-year-old husband, Daniel Brophy. And in her article, she had detailed like about using a gun and how to get rid of the barrel and all these things to try and hide how you would actually murder your husband. And ironically enough, she murdered her husband.
describing how she murdered her husband.
Exactly, to a T, and it was the exact way that she did it as well.
Is there not like things that you can, like chemicals you can inject in that fakes a heart attack? No.
You watch too much movies.
I don't know. Is that not a real
Where are you
thing?
going to
No?
get them? Down
Sure
at
there is somewhere.
I know. Sure.
Alfco.
Didn't,
Down to Alfco, get your
Didn't the people
husband killer.
from over there in that big country, remember the stuck your man with the umbrella and then he died?
What are you talking about?
I can't say their name.
Who?
That country.
The Russians. It's still
Oh, there you go.
it's
You
still
said
a
it.
country.
Oh, we're gone. We're gone.
We're going to talk
We're
politics
gonna
now.
pop up now in a search now that the KGB are doing.
Let him come for me.
We're gone. What? Who's coming up the stairs?
We can withstand anything, this podcast. So yeah, there you go. Murdered her husband. Probably shouldn't go writing a book about it and then kill him in the exact way that you detailed in your essay.
But what way did it happen? Is this like a chicken and an egg thing? Like, did she write the book in researching how to do it? Did she do the book and then think like, oh, actually, that would be a good idea?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
And if he was 63, then was she old? Like, was she 63?
They were a similar age, yeah. She was, I think she's 70 something now.
Oh.
2018.
Was it a shotgun, was it?
No, a little small gun with a barrel that you can detach, apparently.
Pellet gun.
Yeah, pellet gun, yeah.
Oh, like she had a suppressor?
She just kept on shooting him until he died of boredom.
It's like Bond. God.
So yeah, but she got convicted. There you go. She's also guilty of writing a load of terrible books as well, apparently. She's a romance writer.
That's kind of different. Well, at least she's branching out in her book
Polar
writing, I guess.
opposites, yeah. She can write a book about being in prison now, so she's gone. All right, my next one is this one is close to home now.
10 things not to do in prison, is it?
No, that's not that good of a segue. Michael Owen. Did you see about Michael Owen's daughter?
Oh, Love Island.
Yeah, Michael Owen admits that the daughter going in Love Island is a father's worst nightmare, and I can attest to this. If my daughter went on Love Island, I don't know what I'd do.
But like Michael Owen's daughter she's nobody, not nobody, but like she's
So's
not
my daughter. No one knows who she is.
She's not a presenter or anything like. So
Is
she's
she
obviously
not?
going on to get a career for herself in the public eye, you know.
Yeah, I know, but she's 19. Yeah.
And Michael Owen is a footballer.
He's a footballer. Yeah, you saved yourself there.
Ex-footballer and a bad pundit.
And a terrible pundit. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
What's the daughter's name?
Gemma Owen, I think.
Gemma Owen? Is she anything?
No,
No,
I
there
don't
you
think
go.
so.
19. I'm sure she's some sort of influencer
But
or
I
something.
understand, like, imagine
There she is there.
turn it. No, I don't know.
No, you think Bertie? Michael Owen's daughter.
He looks happy.
He's not happy now. He confessed that he will be tuning in to see what she gets up to.
That's the last thing you do, though, tune into Love Island and watch your daughter.
Like
Tune in full stop.
have you seen Love Island?
Yeah.
I presume it's just a load of riding, is it?
Quite.
Just to be blunt about it, is it
Yeah.
like Big Brother except all
little bit,
to
no,
do with
'cause
romance? Like,
They have to talk, and no, it's not really. It's a bit boring, though,
is it?
because all they have to do is talk, and then, yeah.
What's the one where
It's
it's the
very-
5 people in the house? That's a bit mad as well.
What's that?
One like single person goes in with 5 other people and live with them for the week, and you're meant to try and get a date out of it. That's
One single person goes into
a house with 5 other single people.
Oh,
like
right.
obviously 1 guy and 5 girls, or 1 girl and 5 guys,
Those odds are good.
and then they go on dates and stuff. What's that called? That's on Channel 4 or something.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's very scripted, though, Love Island.
Is it?
Very.
Oh.
Like, you can kind of just tell what's coming, and yeah.
Right. Okay. And is there like 10? Is it 10 women and 10 men or something? Is that the way it works?
I only watched it 1 year, I think so.
Okay.
That's not the thing. Oh, the roses is the Bachelor, is it? Where you hand out the roses.
That's The Bachelor, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of these. I'm going to have to get
No,
up to
either
date
way.
with these. If we're going to be doing stuff like this, I have
Some
to.
Irish lad won it, in Greg O'Shea or something.
Yeah.
He
But
won
then
a
it
couple
all
years
kind of went backwards, and it kind of blew back up in his face.
Why? What did he
Oh.
do?
So when they win, they have to choose to split the money, or whether they want to like keep
Oh.
it for themselves. But they can't. They just choose, and then they flip the envelope at the same time, whether they want to split or keep it all for themselves.
With the date, with the person that they
Yeah.
win it with. Oh.
But they kept it, and then 2 weeks later, they were just like split up, and it
Oh,
was
no
all
way.
over everywhere. Yeah,
Oh.
the both of them were posting about it and just making little digs at each other.
And do they still get to keep their half of the money? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
All right, that's not too bad. I
It's in the
suppose.
bank.
Isn't there a TV show where you have to marry the person?
Love at first sight is no bride. No, married
Yeah,
at first sight.
It's something like that, yeah,
Yeah.
where they don't get to see each other until
They're gonna get
the
married.
wedding
Yeah.
day. How fucking terrifying would that be?
Yeah.
Although I suppose you can get divorced pretty easy.
But
these
it's
days.
one. It's like Britain's Got Talent. Like they all have their own version of it. Like I think Australia has Married at First Sight. America,
They're all
England.
on like Netflix, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm doing this evening after this.
Every country.
It's research. It's
There's
research.
one in America then I see advertised, and they're all in a relationship when they go in,
Right.
and they like switch around,
Oh, come on now.
and then they say, "Oh well, actually no, I'll stay with who I came with." And
Imagine
then
that.
it's really weird.
You'd wonder how much of that is scripted as well. Because, like, would you go in with, you're going out with someone for a long time now, would you go in to a house like that if there was big money involved? It's so risky, isn't it? Because that's the end of your
But
relationship.
then again, you could set it up, and you could just be like,
Like
well,
a TM160.
yeah, just
Would you get that?
on the down low? Just be like, all right, we'll do this, and then
Yeah,
come back
but
out just with a load of money, and then
You'd want to have a fairly strong relationship. Even if you're faking that,
Yeah.
would you be able to see
Well, like
your girlfriend with another person in front of you?
Well, you wouldn't go on first dates wearing the podcast T-shirt.
I wouldn't go on first dates full stop. No, that does not need to be televised.
Yeah, and that one in America, then they have all the girls there, and they're like, "Oh, do you think like, I know, give me an American name, Dwayne is going to be faithful to you or something?"
Did you just
And
think
she
of The
goes,
Rock because he's bald and you're bald?
Maybe.
Dwayne or,
Yeah, one of
Sylvester
those.
Stallone or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sylvester. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, he'd never do anything." And it's like, "Oh, well, we have this footage with like what he did with Charlene."
yeah, that's
And-
kind of like Love Island then.
yeah.
Oh, right, is
Kind
it?
of like set each other up and stayed, yeah.
Oh.
Kind of, yeah.
God, it's car
Weird.
crash TV
It's
though, isn't
starting
it?
like next week, so
Yeah, so I hear. Yeah, I think I might actually just start watching it just for the crack.
just for the crack. Yeah.
Yeah, just for the crack, and then get addicted to it.
Yeah, that's it. That's how they get you.
All the series.
Yeah, and pretend that I hate it. All right, let's keep on moving. I've got a question for you. Right, so it was the Conjuring haunted house, or the house that inspired that movie. Do you see the Conjuring? Yeah.
Yes.
So the house that inspired that movie went up for sale.
Oh,
And I have a question for you. For
Would you
both of
buy it?
Yeah. If there was a haunted house, now you know.
but is it a proper house?
It's a house, yeah, made of.
It's
made
not
of
like-
wood and stuff.
Fallen down house.
No.
Oh, yeah.
It's a house. That's for
Yeah.
sale. It's a proper house, right?
Yeah.
So people have been murdered in the house. Here's just a hypothetical for you. Someone was murdered in a house, goes up for sale. It's a prime location and it's under value because of the history in the house. Do you buy the house?
Was it a famous person?
No, just say. Well, imagine it's Navin, right? And
Jeez.
I wouldn't. But I'm sorry, no.
Well, right,
I'm
okay,
out.
sorry. Imagine it's Trim. Okay, so imagine it's just a somewhere that you really want to live,
Okay.
but say a family had just been murdered in the house about
Okay.
6 months previous.
Jesus, right.
They've
Right.
cleaned it up. Everything's cleaned. Everything's rosy.
Why did you use the shovels?
No, that was a mop. That's,
All right,
that's how I
okay.
mop really, really quick. I mop the walls as well because they got some on the walls.
Yeah, like if it's a nice house, it's a good house.
So you would,
5 bedrooms, 5 en suites.
yeah, whatever you want,
pool.
like in a house for like €2. Would you buy it?
Yeah, why not?
Not for €2.09. No, some.
Once everything else was alright, and like,
Really?
yeah.
How about you?
Definitely not. I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind.
see?
Like no,
Thank you.
I wouldn't mind the fact that people were killed in it. I wouldn't mind that. It's just like imagine
It's the mopping that gets me.
That big house, those
at
floors.
like nighttime. No,
yeah.
you'd just be thinking about it.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
if
yeah.
someone murdered someone there before, what's stopping them coming back and just like 2 in a row?
Ah, well, okay, but let's just say that the murderer got
Still
taken
no.
away. No,
Yeah.
still no. I couldn't either. Now, I don't.
The thoughts of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're standing in a room where something like
Yeah.
that has happened. Now, like, we could possibly be standing in a room that's something like that had happened,
Happened already, yeah.
here, and we wouldn't know. But it's the fact that you actually know that it's happened like that.
And Niall Horan sold his house in Mullingar.
I saw that. That was meant to be in my news for last week, but I thought it was
Oh,
just a little too boring.
Oh, it had a pool. Who in Mullingar has a pool?
His mum,
Niall
apparently.
Horan.
Yeah, not anymore.
Ah.
And he's moved to the States permanently, has he?
Well, has he? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
You'd think he'd still keep a house here though.
I think his mum lives there somewhere around Mullingar, but I think that was bought for her. That
yeah,
house.
no, that house that he sold wasn't his mum's house. He bought his mum a
Yeah.
house. This is
Oh.
just his other house.
Oh, I thought that one was
See,
his
on the
mum's house.
headlines, it was kind of like, oh, he bought his mum a house.
Yeah.
Niall Horan has a house up for sale.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then kinda
right. That's the research we do in this podcast.
Yeah.
We look at a headline and we just totally misconstrue it.
Just go with the headline.
Conclusions.
So yeah, you're a no on buying the Death House, and you're a yes on buying the Death House. Apparently,
His house.
is that just because of your conversation with Leanne? You're just mad to get any house.
Oh,
now?
any house. I'll buy it.
Doesn't matter. Road frontage. Yeah, they could have killed everyone in it. I don't care. My gig guide for this week, Friday to Sunday.
See what happens when John's not here.
I know, yeah. I'm really afraid that we're going to go for like 4 hours.
Right, go on. Gig guide.
Friday to Sunday, the Doolin Folk Fest. So
Oh,
this
Doolin?
Friday, yeah.
I like Doolin.
Have you been to Doolin?
Yeah, good spot.
It is class.
Good breakfast.
We played it one year. It was we did the biker fest that was there, but it's in the same hotel. It's June 10th, Friday the 10th, I think. Hold on, sorry, let me just double check that. Yeah, Friday the 10th until Sunday. The last gig's on the Sunday the 12th. Vicar Street on the 11th, Saturday 11th. Drive by Truckers. Did you ever hear them?
No.
They are like they're like a bluesy Queens of Stone Age. You ever hear them?
Yeah, of course I heard Queen's Stone
Okay,
Age.
so like a bluesier version of Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah, oh yeah, what condition, my condition was in.
How are your matches? You're playing. Who?
Hopefully are back in action. All Ireland series. So we've 2 games played.
Right.
We'll talk about the first one first.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, the first one first. Wexford.
Oh, what happened?
I'm going to use a cliche here.
Was their condition good enough? First of all, let's.
Oh
get
yeah,
out of the way.
that was fine.
Okay.
But it was a game of 2 halves.
Right.
Okay.
As they all are.
No offense to anybody, but we were pretty shit in the first half.
Oh no.
I know. Defended really well, but we just couldn't score. It was just one of those things.
Yeah.
Whether it was choice selection, options, I don't know, a bit of nervousness because it's the All Ireland as well. It's the first round,
Right.
And Wicklow were in the final last year, so we didn't score in the first half
At all.
at all.
Jesus.
The only thing was that we defended really well,
It's like one of my first dates.
and we only conceded 1-7 in the first half. So in football
Right.
terms, 1-7, that's comebackable.
Don't think that's a word,
What's
but anyway,
the
yeah.
score?
To which?
What's the-
That's what they scored, 1-7.
Oh, right.
So it's 1-7 to no score
Okay.
at half time. So that's only 10 points.
Yeah. So comebackable, as you said.
Comebackable. First 5 minutes in the second half, bang, 5 points.
Oh, lovely.
1-7 to 5 points.
With no response.
With no response.
Ooh.
So it was 1-7 to 5
Down.
points. And then we actually went ahead. We went 3 points up.
Jesus.
I know, yeah. And then we got a sin bin with 10 minutes to go, which it didn't really affect it too much because she full forward.
Right. What's the terms of a sin bin? Is that 2 yellows
10
and then you're
No, yellow, and you get 10 minutes in the bin.
So is it just a yellow card? It's
Yeah.
automatically sin bin.
Yeah, 10
All right.
minutes. Yeah. But like you would have had either a really bad offence, which is a yellow card, or you'd have 3 fouls. And then the fourth one then is a yellow card or whatever.
Right. Okay.
So
okay.
if you got or 3 ticks, sorry. So if you got 2 ticks and then a third tick for another foul, you'd get sin bin.
Is that recent? That
No, the ladies were
it's
always yeah sin bin.
Oh, it's
yeah.
the ladies' one. What
Yeah.
about the men's game? Is that in the men's game?
Well, now a black card is 10 minutes in the bin.
And was that always there in Gaelic?
No, that's
That was
new. They brought
recently.
they brought the
Oh.
black card in first for like personal fouls or syndical fouling
Right.
or trips or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they brought
Talking
in,
about your mother when you trip me up.
and then they brought in the bin thing.
Right.
But Wexford got 2 frees, brought it back to a point, and then a feckin' high ball at the end. And your one goes up and punches it in. So, like, if you said that you were going to only lose by 2 points to the All Ireland finalists last year in the first round, you'd be like, oh,
Fair enough.
that's progress, yeah, that's good.
Mm.
But then when you see the way you played in the second half, you're thinking, we could have actually
Yeah.
got points on the board there.
So you just weren't awake
Yeah,
first
that
half.
first
at all?
half, if we had done anything in the first half.
Yeah.
But I mean, a fantastic second half, and that's proper Offaly football with the ladies this year, is that second half.
Right.
So hopefully.
So is there a constant issue there in the first half where you just aren't awake for games?
Yeah,
like,
that's
you
it.
fall
Like
behind?
it's happened in other games as well that we've conceded early goals and stuff, and I wouldn't mind we didn't concede an early goal. That's what I'm saying. Like in the first half, they scored the goal maybe halfway through, 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah.
I don't think they scored that early, but like the defence was so much better. They've worked really hard at that over the last couple of weeks since the Kildare game. Like,
I've got an idea. Stay with me on this now.
Yeah.
So the second half is always the half that you perform well in.
yeah, because of the fitness.
Why don't you plan a little game because of the fitness? Why don't you plan a little game for before the game and play a half of football
already?
already, and then go on the field and be ready to play?
Yeah, and just pretend this is the
And
second half now.
Be good for two more thirds. You have to
Yeah.
go for.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a thing of competing because like.
You're going slapping people before they go on the pitch, just
Yeah, maybe.
slap in the face or bath salts.
Yeah, because like it wasn't obviously like it wasn't a lack of trying.
All right.
Like we had shots, some dropped short, some just went wide, some got blocked down. But and like I said, only to concede 1-7. 1-7 isn't a big score in the football. Like,
And are you a young team?
oh yeah, very young. Like,
Right. Okay.
there's some minors on that team that are still playing minor championship with the county. Like,
Right.
and then there are a lot of ones that are in college and they're students around the 20 mark. And our captain's only 20 as well.
Right.
So like it's a reasonably young team. Like, you know.
There's lots of room for development there.
Oh,
over the next few
definitely.
years.
And like some of them haven't maybe played that much county, and then maybe they're a bit nervous as well because it's the All Ireland series and we've been doing well. So you know, and so some of that comes into play too. Like,
And
but they should have more confidence because they are good. And I've been watching ladies football now for a long time, and there's quality there, and there's a good chance of getting to an All Ireland semi-final. And then you never know what will happen then.
so what way does the All Ireland work? You are you in a little group or something? Or
Yeah,
what?
we actually got the 4-team group.
Right.
Because we lost the semi-final in the Leinster, so we went into like a 4-team group. So we had Wexford, Leitrim and Wicklow, so we have 3 games, and all the other groups they only have 2.
2. Yeah.
So it's a good thing and a bad thing because you have to win 2 games to go through, and you have that like safety of a third game, where the other teams they just have 2 games and they have to win at least one of them. Yeah, to
Oh,
go
have
through
to
it.
at least one.
Yeah.
Right. And who is there a bracket? And there's other teams on the other side of the bracket. You have to think about
Yeah,
that,
so like the top 2 in our group will play the top 2 from Group D.
which is
Sligo, Tyrone, and Laois maybe. Yeah,
they're a 3-team
yeah.
bracket.
And I think we could beat either of them. Like Laois bet us in the Leinster by a point, but we should have bet them that day.
Yeah.
So we've got a good chance. That'll be the quarter final.
It's all up for it. And so
Yeah.
what's the next game then?
Next game then is next weekend, which is the last round, which is the Wicklow game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or last weekend.
No, Wicklow is the last one. Leitrim was last weekend.
It's finished up 3-11 to 1-10, and an excellent second half. Really pulled away. The Leitrim just really pressed in the first 10 minutes of the second half, but some great defending from Offaly and kept them out. Some really good saves, some good blocks and good pressure from the defenders. We didn't score in the first 10 minutes, and I think Leitrim might have scored 2 points. And then we scored our third goal, and I think that's kind of what broke them. After all the pressure, they pretty much threw everything at us in that first 10 minutes second half, but we didn't crack, and they didn't get any more goals. So I think that third goal that we scored kind of just broke them a little bit. But fantastic display, really good. And if we push on and play like that in every game, I think we'll definitely make it out of this group. So it's all down to the last game now, next weekend at home again against Wicklow, and win that, then it's All Ireland quarter-final.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know
that-
where we are in terms of timing.
It's okay. It'll sort itself out when the podcast comes out. It's okay.
It happened at some stage anyway.
It happened at some stage. We'll see how we get on. Okay, I don't want to say too much.
Oh, God.
Don't want spoilers.
There's a curse on this podcast. We talked about Liverpool winning on last week's podcast, I
Yeah.
think, and then you also talked about
Mead winning.
Mead winning
Yeah.
on
And
the
they didn't.
podcast, and you also talked about Offaly ladies winning,
Yeah.
and they all lost. So we have to stop doing that.
Never try to do predictions on the podcast.
No,
is
no,
the thing there.
stupid. We're not doing it anymore. Liverpool
Okay.
are going to lose everything.
Right, Waffle Central. Oh, sorry, I felt like you were going to say something there and I cut across you.
No, that was it. I'm
Okay,
good.
excellent.
We head on to our topic.
Yes, let's do it. The Leaving Cert. Because the Leaving Cert starts today.
Shudder.
I assume it starts.
Today.
Yeah, the way it
yeah.
always starts. Maths and English, isn't it? No.
No, actually, is it not next Wednesday? I think it's next Wednesday it starts.
Yeah, but this will be
Oh, sorry.
the Wednesday.
Sorry.
Yeah, you see.
Today.
We are in the future.
Yeah, you see. We're-
So it is today. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it maths paper 1, maths paper 2?
no, Maths and English.
Maths or English, maths, then yeah,
Oh.
something like that. Anyway,
Oh.
Did we not have 2 maths papers on our first day?
No, it was definitely no.
I think it
Was
might
it?
go from
Yeah.
the second half of the first day be maths, and then the first half of the second day will be
Oh.
Yeah.
maths again.
Because
Oh.
the second day is always like area and volume and stuff. That's the handy one.
How do you remember that?
Because it's the only fucking thing I was good at.
Jesus Christ. That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't remember
It's
those.
all like the theorems and stuff.
We done our Leaving Cert in 2003.
Yeah.
So that's what we're leading up to his 20-year reunion next year.
Right, so I
That's
was one
for our live podcast. And you done the Leaving Cert
in 2021.
2021. So there's almost, what's that, 18 years, is it?
Yeah.
exactly.
And the difference
18 years,
there.
A bit of a mad old year to be doing the Leaving Cert, I'd say. Was it?
yeah. It was absolutely brilliant.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So it worked out well for you. You had half predicted, was it? Or what was the way to go?
We could pick if we wanted to do the exams or if we wanted to just like get results. So if you got on well with your teacher, you were sorted.
Right.
So like half the exams, like I woke up one morning for geography and I was like, I don't really feel like going in. So you just didn't have to go in.
Bertie,
Just
quick poll.
got your grades.
In our year, if you were given the choice to not do your Leaving Cert, how many lads do you think would have actually turned up?
What's your man's that got all the A's?
Owen Cleary.
Yeah, he probably would have turned up.
That's about the only one, though. He would have been alone in that
It
hall.
was actually mad though to see because some people were so nervous about the teachers giving you like bad grades.
Right.
Half the people just kind of showed up.
So you
Really?
had right up until the morning of your exam to decide whether you were predicted or you wanted to
You
take the
could-
exam.
No, like
No?
say for it was English. I walked in, read the paper, didn't really like the look of it.
What?
So you just had to sit there for half an hour, then leave. So I got so you got your results then predicted and the exam you did. So I failed the actual paper, but I got a H4 then in my predicted. So then you just get the higher results.
That is class.
Wow.
All I wrote was my exam number.
Now, there's an old myth that they
Mocks are bullshit.
they make the mocks harder just to scare you into
Yeah.
doing the Leaving Cert.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I think so. I don't know.
Well,
I went up anyway, I know that.
It didn't help me at all.
They all
No.
seem like fairly tricky. Yeah,
And what's the oral is the talking one? No, that's the listening one.
we didn't. Yeah,
no,
we
that's
didn't see
oral.
that.
Oral is
Yeah.
the listening.
Oh, and
oral
oral.
is the talking one. Yeah.
Oh, I remember people coming out and goes, "Did she stop the recorder?" She stopped the
playing-
tape
playing
because
recorder.
if she stopped the tape, you were
You're-
shit. Obviously,
yeah,
like.
okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't remember that, no?
No, I didn't get stopped. I was good at languages.
No, that's either did
Talking
I.
shit.
But loads of people were saying that if she stopped the recorder, you're gone, like, because
Oh, right.
she used to stop it apparently and say it in English to you,
Oh,
and then
right.
press play
Right,
again,
yeah.
so you know what was going on. And apparently a load had to do that, like.
Jesus.
But like, you just kind of learned off your thing,
You
and,
didn't- you
and
didn't do
keep
any-
a real basic Irish, like.
You didn't do any other languages bar Irish, did you?
No.
No. You went to the tech, didn't you?
So.
You didn't do languages in the tech, though. I
Yeah,
thought. No?
I done French up to Leaving Cert.
Oh, did you?
Or up to Junior Cert.
Oh,
But
right.
I didn't particularly get on with Miss Kennedy. No offence, I'm sure she was a lovely lady outside school.
She might be listening right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, who
well,
knows?
probably not. But
No.
I didn't know. I thought you were only allowed to do like technical.
No. So like we had French and we had that was it though. We didn't have German
All right, you
or,
didn't have that
Mandarin or anything like that.
We did Mandarin, yeah, for the junior cert.
Oh, there you go. Very good.
Very complicated.
What else did you have? German, was it?
Yeah, just German and French. Yeah.
No Latin or any crack like that.
No, that's Pats and Evan. They're all Latin based. Those lads.
Oh.
Yeah, they all have to do that for I think the first few years.
Still.
Yeah, Colin
Yeah.
O'Rourke is mad into Latin.
Jesus, right? Okay, no,
Yeah.
didn't have to do that. But we got all the choices like. So after the junior cert, we were told like, and they put them in groups of 3, so you couldn't actually pick what you wanted to do.
And did your
Yeah.
options change going because the school changed? The riffraff came in and when we were in 5th year.
Oh, get back in your box, Scotty.
St Michael's and like the proper secondary school, St Michael's, and then the tech amalgamated into one proper big school.
You're going to want to put that screen back up between us, guys.
Did your options? I'm only messing, but really I'm not.
No, I remember that. What was it like? So they done like, was it woodwork, and then like home ec and French, and you had to pick one of them, and then it was like engineering, chemistry, something like that.
That's
So they're
still
trying
the
to
same now.
yeah, so they try to put like a practical thing, like a science thing, and a language or something
Yeah.
like that in. So I done woodwork, metalwork, and geography with the 3 I wanted to do, and then I didn't know the last one was like biology and something else, and I ended up doing biology.
That's the exact same subjects I did.
Oh, there you go.
Really.
Which biology actually turned out well in what I ended up doing, but at the time I didn't.
And I can't say the same.
And
Because in that last group that I picked, I didn't want to do any of them.
It's kind of just picking it.
Yeah, and then I think it might have been Crass, I think, was doing biology, and I said, I'll just do biology.
yeah, I can copy off of him.
Yeah, he had a great bit, and we had what was his name, Mr. He was only there for 1 year anyway, and I think he left after that, and then we had a lady then next, and
Aragon, Miss Aragon.
No, I didn't have her. She was the one we had then after for biology. I think.
Because I was biology leaving cert as well, so we would probably
yeah.
we were in the same class, I'd imagine.
Well, remember one was having a baby.
To know,
No,
I didn't do it.
All right, and yeah, and we were in the home ec room, and there was a bun in the oven, like. Crass put the bun in the oven. Now, maybe I'm misremembering the story. I came in, Miss,
I
do you
would
have a bun in the oven?
I would have remembered that.
And she got like really, really annoyed and angry and was throwing him out. And she goes, no, there's an actual bun in the oven. I still have my woodwork project in the kitchen, still being used.
So do I.
What is it?
There you
From
go.
last year.
Cabinet.
A wheelbarrow.
It was an entertainment unit.
Right.
So it had like a place for TV and a rollout shelf for like
Strippers.
a video recorder or video
Oh, right.
or DVD
Is
player.
that the one that's 2 sides come up on it? No.
And the thing opens to 2 presses.
Did you make it for a particular size of TV?
No,
And like a certain depth
It was
and
like
stuff?
you were given
You were given like 3 up.
yeah,
like the things.
a spec
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
So it was like make something that's like suitable for TV and multi audio equipment and all that for a sitting room or whatever.
Mm.
And that's the one I made.
And did they give you designs? Or you had to design your own.
No,
No,
you
you
have to do
have
it
to- yeah.
completely from start to finish your
Yeah.
own, the
No way.
material, everything, yeah.
Because that's what bumped me up because my theory wasn't great in woodwork because we had, was it 4 or 5 construction teachers in 2 years?
Right.
And sure it was all over the place. And I brought mine home to do it, even though you weren't meant to. But we were basically told we don't have a teacher, so you have to bring all your stuff home and try and
Probably worked
do
in
it
your
yourself.
favour anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it was grand, and I got stuff off my cousin Bert, different things, like the router and all that, done in the garage at home.
Right.
And metalwork was a bit different because Mr. Marcanini was there.
Oh yeah, he was a tech teacher, was he?
Yeah, he was.
came down.
Yeah, he's still knocking around. He still has that same BMW he had when we were in school. It's a 1997 red BMW.
Good cars, BMW.
Yes, still lasting. You think when he retired he would have like given himself a bit of a present of a new car or something?
That also shows you how much teachers actually get paid.
Maybe,
That's the other
that's
thing.
that's true.
Still can't afford a new car.
Is it me, or are teachers getting younger and younger and younger and younger these days? Is it, yeah?
Like we had, like, obviously they mightn't been fully qualified, but when we were in school, like, you'd walk into a substitute class and it could be like someone 2 or 3 years older than you. In like
No
you
way.
would have been maybe out with them like 2 to 4, and then they were kind of just teaching you, and yeah, it was a bit.
But I think
yeah,
that's
weird.
it's a shortage of teachers
Yeah,
or
they've nobody.
subs or supervisors
so even
or whatever.
say like one of my friends, she's in her first year of like primary school teaching, and she's allowed to go in and teach classes.
No way.
Yeah.
So what age is she? 19?
Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because they have to, because they're actually not meant to until I think third year, but because there's such a
Yeah.
shortage, and then with COVID and everything and teachers missing and everything, they had to
They're
like
kind of just being like thrown in.
yeah,
like,
bump the students up like. It's
But
mad.
whatever primary school teaching, but like secondary school, that's really weird, because
Yeah.
that could be like me going in teaching people that like I'd be friends with like last year.
That's
So,
crazy.
Well, do you remember Miss Meehan, English teacher?
Yeah.
She like when we were leaving cert, she was only in her early 20s. Like,
Yeah.
Was she?
yeah, I'd say so.
They all seemed so much older.
I remember.
But when you look back now, you're like,
I remember Podge McKeown, and she was really short, like.
yeah.
And he used to ask her why she didn't write on the top of the board, miss. I think that was Podge. Maybe I'm wrong now. I think so. Don't know how that man got through school.
Yeah, it just seems that teachers, I know there's probably a lot of them have retired since we've left, but they all seem to be getting younger and younger. Why wasn't that the case when maybe there wasn't a teacher shortage at that stage, maybe?
Yeah,
And I'd say
it's
everyone
hard
wanted
to
to be a teacher like then.
Yeah. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
More
Well,
demand for
in,
it, like-
in our year, did anybody become a teacher? Not that I know of.
No, not that I know of, yeah.
So we had, what, 100 people, did we, in our year?
Yeah,
No?
100 messers. And
Yeah.
one lad that worked hard.
Yeah.
Owen Cleary.
What did he do? He got all A's in his leaving cert. Yeah.
Yeah, he got really high marks, yeah. I don't know.
And he's the only one you remember being like smart.
Yeah.
Works in centre or something.
Yeah.
Just couldn't hack it.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I got too much for him.
yeah.
But it's changed
Not that
now.
there's anything wrong with working in centre now.
No. It's because it was what A1, A2, A3, B1,
Yeah.
B2, but it's
Well,
changed.
you were there, was it?
Yeah, it's,
All right, yeah.
it's changed now.
It's
H
H1,
is-
H2, H3, O1, O2, O3.
So you don't have enough, because we had like higher level A, B, C's and D's, all 1, 2, 3s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had ordinary A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3s.
Whereas, like
So now there's not as many 11s now to
now
get.
to get like an A, you have to get between 95% and 100.
Oh.
So you have to get like really up there.
So, advice for Leaving Cert students sitting their exams starting this morning.
Well, I have some advice for when you're actually in the exam, but do you want to do advice for before and after?
Before first.
I mean, it's the day of. It's a bit late now.
Oh, okay.
That ship has sailed, unfortunately.
well-
so give us advice for during the Leaving Cert.
This will be 7 o'clock, so you're going in for 9. This is out for 7.
Or if it's anything like last week's podcast, it'll be 8 or half 8 or something.
Yeah, actually, do you want to know what happened there?
Yeah, tell us about your technical difficulties.
Can't read a calendar. And moving on to.
You're coming out tomorrow, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, gobshite.
And then you text me, and I scroll down and thinking, what's there? And I'm like, oh no, that's 30, not 31. I was like, oh no.
that's last week's one. We'll
Because
get
the
there.
calendar in ACAST doesn't go Saturday or Sunday to Saturday, it goes from Monday to Sunday.
We're on podcasting advice now. We're
And
left
I'm-
to Leaving Cert out completely.
I'm used to the other way around.
So,
So what are we looking at? Answer the right number of questions. Apparently that's important. Not that I never made a mistake. I just
Yeah,
read the
apparently
thing.
don't you get like deduct? Well, so I've heard anyway. If you, I don't know. Because when you're doing your mocks, you're told only answer the certain amount of questions. Because if you get the other ones wrong, then you get like they start taking away marks.
Oh yeah, so if you have
Yeah.
if you have 5 questions and said answer your
And you
3
answer,
personal or
yeah.
3 favorite ones or whatever.
If you answer 5 of them, they'll mark like it's something like they'll mark all 5.
Yeah.
But then in the actual Leaving Cert, they'll just mark your best. Say if it's 3 out of 5,
All right,
and you
okay.
do all 5, they'll mark your best 3.
right,
and
okay,
then
okay.
deduct your
Whatever
points
it
for
is.
wasting their time.
Yeah, basically.
Read any instructions carefully. That's good life advice, not just exam advice.
Yeah, health advice as well.
Especially if it's from IKEA.
Read the old bottle of Expetex before you down it.
Answer the question asked. So on the nature of this, like, don't waffle. I think that's a good
It's
one.
not good advertising for us.
Take your time, but not too much time.
Are these just like general advice?
Yeah, timekeeping. Yeah,
This
general
is a-
advice for doing
For
your
anything.
exams.
Yeah, this is all pretty straightforward stuff,
Yeah.
I'd imagine. Remember to breathe. Oh no, learn to use your breath. That's what that says. Take
Um,
care of yourself.
You can't memorize everything, so don't try.
It's just running in and out of the toilet every 5 minutes.
Yeah. You're not obviously not allowed phones
No.
during the exam.
Or
That's
smartwatches.
fair. No, you're not. Smartwatches are like a big no because
Yeah.
you
Oh.
can obviously see them.
Yeah.
But we all got away with bringing our phones in because all you have to say at the door is no. Obviously, like why would you bring your phone to your leaving cert?
Ye-
It's terrible. But you get away with bringing them in, then you can just hop up to the toilet because obviously they can't tell you not to go to the toilet,
Oh,
so you can hop in and out. Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
so some people did cheat, obviously.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be me or anything.
But the thing about it,
Easily
right?
done.
Oops.
It's not like the leaving cert isn't multiple choice. So
Yeah.
how, I suppose if it was maths, you might have an equation that you forgot.
Yeah.
But still, one equation is probably only going to get you one
But the
question.
likes of geography, say if it's like what continent is this? That's easy. You just look up the map of the world. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
That's going to be one of the short questions, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Every
remember the
question
leaving
matters.
cert
About
at all.
Oxbow Lakes and
Yeah, that's the only thing I
Lakes.
remember from geography is Oxbow Lakes.
yeah. I done honours geography as well. I actually was going to be a geography teacher until Krusty got a hold of me.
Jesus, you must have been dying last week when you were asking us those questions about towns then.
Not really, because they were obscure towns.
And
now,
were
in
you good at
fairness.
geography?
Yeah, I got like was it a B1 maybe?
Right?
Was it?
So
It
we
was
could
up there anyway.
Could have had Bertie the geography teacher.
It's the only exam that this subject that I really liked, apart from metalwork maybe and woodwork, but that I really liked that wasn't practical like,
Hmm.
and I always liked it all the way through. And it was the only exam that I stayed until the end as well.
Just having so much fun.
Yeah, I was just having so much fun. And I was one of them who was in it. Can I have more paper, please?
I don't think there was an exam in my leaving cert that I actually stayed until the end or
Same
that I
as me.
used all the time.
Oh.
Oh, geography was the only
We
one.
were
I
all
did.
kind of like watching around to see. Because
Yeah,
it didn't
yeah.
really matter that much to us because we were getting like results anyway. Kind of just watching around to see who's leaving and then you just hop up.
You had the popcorn.
And everyone would be sitting out in the hall, yeah, just waiting for each other.
Just watching people sweat.
Do you remember Teen America? Team America?
Who's she?
Team America. Fuck yeah.
Tina America.
No, Team America.
Is she in her year, like?
No, this is just something else. Just a really quick story.
Team America, yes I do, yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
and,
South Park guys.
Yeah, and remember that it was an actor that went undercover, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
gave him like a code if you're in trouble, and it was just like,
Yeah.
it was so when I was in Athlone, that had come out,
Oh, that movie.
and we were talking about it before we went in, and we went into this exam that none of us had a breeze, and literally we looked at the paper and we all looked at each other and we all just started going like this in the middle of the exam. Like,
Again, for people who are listening
Oh,
to the
sorry,
podcast because
visual,
of the
sorry.
audio, Bertie is waving his hands in the air,
Yeah.
like he just don't care. And how did you do in college?
Oh, this is about the leaving cert. Don't be bringing
Sorry.
college. I passed exams. I failed some exams. I had fun, and that's the main thing.
And you're in your first year of college.
Yeah.
On your CAO, what options did you fill out? Were you, or what are you doing now actually?
Construction management.
Oh, very good. And what did you have on your CAO?
My CAO, the first one was woodwork. The second one was construction management, and the third one was construction management in, I think it was Limerick or Galway or somewhere.
Like woodwork to be a woodwork teacher.
No, woodwork to be like to
You
do
making shit.
carpentry.
You
Yeah,
wanted to be a tree.
Yeah. Exactly. Except
Right.
just going through college, like.
So you're pretty. You knew what you wanted to do, like.
Oh yeah, but I got none of them.
All right. So what? So you only had 3 choices on your thing,
Yeah.
and you didn't get any of them. So what happens
Yeah.
then?
You're like
You're just
you're
on the
just
open
done,
market.
Yeah.
All right.
But then there's, I don't know, I can't remember what it's called. It's like, there's basically rubbish kind of courses that come out then that nobody wanted to do,
Right.
that weren't filled, and you could do them if you wanted to do them.
Is that second offers or something?
No, that's like for your first, second, third, fourth, down to your 10th choice. But
Oh.
it's like open places or something. So basically any courses that weren't filled, they just put up and anybody can go and
So you have to be checking like the college website to see
every
what's
day,
not
yeah,
not
and
filled.
they come up, yeah. And
Because
there was
I-
one construction management course that came
Yeah,
up.
you
so
jumped at
it's-
it.
Yeah, I was like, grand.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like some people would have, say, DIT second choice and DKIT their first choice and went to
Yeah.
Dundalk. So then their place next went
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in
yeah.
circulation
Yeah,
or something.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
shuffling around the place, I suppose,
Yeah.
isn't there? So was it a case of like you were looking at the website and there was like basket making one day was the only course, and then there was
yeah,
like
you
knitting.
go on the next day and there'd be like 50 courses, and then the next day they'd be kind of like just half that amount.
Jesus, that's
Just kinda
nerve-wracking.
luck, yeah. Well,
And
yeah.
is there a deadline then when all of those courses are gone, the CAO is closed, and that's it?
Yeah, I think it's by the time the 5th round. So say they're still offering places to people
like the
that
election.
wanted, yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
And you were dead certain about what you wanted,
Yeah.
so you were looking for a specific course.
Well, no, I wanted Woodwork, but that went up like 206 points or something. It doubled in points. It was only 200 points, so I was
Jesus.
like, grand, I'll get into that. No problem.
Actually, the money in that nowadays.
Woodworking?
Yeah, like if you're a carpenter,
Oh yeah.
Jesus, some money in that.
So I have that on my CAO for next year. I went in and redid it all again.
Oh, so you're going to do a year of your course and then you're reapplying to the CAO?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Cool.
Chance my name.
can you not
Yeah.
transfer? You have to go through the CEO.
No, you have to go through it again, yeah. Unless you're going to the same course.
do you have to sit the leaving cert again?
Jesus, no.
Oh, right, okay.
You
so they just take
go
your
into
results
the
from last
pool
year.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Jump into the pool.
Yeah.
I wonder
Because it could go back down again. What you want?
That's what, like some of the points went up like mad.
Right,
Yeah.
just depending on what.
Well,
the-
I said to you before when I done the leaving cert in 2003, civil engineering at Lone was 220 points.
yeah.
I think that's like up around the 400 mark now. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
but see, it's
yeah.
because the year we did, well, like last year, they were all given out to you by the teachers. So obviously, everyone's exam marks went up like mad. Everyone's getting really good exam marks.
Yeah.
also
Whereas-
college places were like flooded then
yeah.
as well.
Whereas this year, like it's an actual exam.
Because just because you want to go to a certain college doesn't mean
Yeah.
you're getting in either. Like,
Yeah.
because
yeah, I
they have
suppose.
only so many places, so many seats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a specific college that you wanted to go to?
Yeah, it was in Letterfrack,
Where?
beside like Connemara.
Oh, right.
That's where the sludge boy went.
Oh, yeah. But he went down there for like furniture making or something,
That's
wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was my course, yeah.
Right. Okay. Ah. And do you know him?
Steve
Stephen
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
You went to Heritage Kitchens. That's his dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did my work experience with him.
Ah, right. Okay. It's a small little world, isn't it?
Well, he's in Australia. That's quite big.
Well, it's his dad though.
Oh, yeah.
Geez, that's interesting.
Yeah, and I only got that because of Nanny. I went in and he was kind of like reluctant. He was like, "Oh, we don't really take on, like they don't take on apprentices or anything."
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, I think you know, like my nanny, they went to school together apparently."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Yeah, no problem." And I
See,
started like 2
there's
weeks
your in
later.
there.
It's all about
Yeah.
who you know in Ireland, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um,
And Letterfrack points was quite high because that's
It
quite a
went
small
up to
place.
Like 460 from
Jeez,
200.
and then you see the
something.
actual place in Letterfrack, you're thinking
Yeah, because
460
me and
for
Dad
this.
went down to see it, and it's like just
just a building.
a few
Shed.
sheds.
It-
Yeah,
yeah, it's more like say a little secondary school or something like.
yeah,
Right.
basically. But it has like the best equipment, like all the
No way.
machinery and everything.
Because it's
yeah.
it's GMIT, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has like
Right.
the best of everything. And yeah, so I was dead certain. I was like 200 points. I got that no problem, and then it doubled in points. Yeah.
oh, that's mad.
Yeah.
I wonder if is it like do you know the way what's that fucking word? Jesus, I can't think of it now.
Inflation?
Inflation. That's the one. How did you know what I was talking about? So do you know the way inflation works? I wonder if with our leaving cert points now, if we went back into that pool again, would
What would we get?
yeah, would it be higher now because of inflation? Like,
Oh, like what we actually got. Like,
yeah, our points would be
Oh,
worth a lot
so
more.
I got like 310 in old money.
Yeah,
So
you
what would
Oh,
those
yeah,
points be
yeah.
now? Like,
You've been into like physics, astrophysics.
imagine that. I know what was down around the 300 mark
What do you mean?
in points. Do you know any courses that was down around 300? Because you said that was 200 in Letterfrack.
Yeah, well, I
like.
got 350. I think it was.
That's a nice score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was everything apart from obviously like nursing is around like 300, that kind of
Oh.
mark now. Whereas engineering, I don't think there's any course under like 500 points for engineering anymore.
Yeah.
They
Even
all-
civil engineering.
Yeah, they all went
Wow.
up.
That's
now
all
to
big
do
money,
civil-
man.
now to
Well,
do
I
civil
know a lot of
engineering-
people in my first year at Lone that would not be doing civil engineering.
Now to get into civil engineering, you have to, because I was going to put that down, but I wouldn't be into like all the other kind of engineering. So
The only real thing I liked in the civil engineering was the surveying.
yeah,
I liked surveying, and then when we were testing the concrete in year 3, was it? That was cool as well. Like,
What way were you testing? Like dipping your finger in it?
well, no, you were
Give it a
making it.
lick.
You had a big press, like,
Right.
and it would like crush it. At a
Wooden
certain,
spoon.
Is it newtons? Is it?
Sure, why not?
Sure, yeah.
I didn't do
Courses
any
and
sort of
stuff like
course
that.
anyway.
But now to get into any type of engineering, you need to do a thing of just general like engineering for the first year. So you need to do all of it, and you need to pass all of those exams.
So it's like an arts degree now almost.
So say if you didn't pass like I don't know, the car side of it or whatever
Yeah.
side of it, you couldn't go into whatever you
Well,
wanted to do.
I failed engineering science in first year, and I was still repeating that in third year.
Yeah.
And they just let you keep going because
No
it wasn't
way.
that
Do they?
important. So in my last year, I was still doing the first year exam. I had to do it 4 fucking times.
And you didn't have to do like a second year exam of that and a third year exam.
No,
of
it
that?
was because it was only in first
the
year.
same one,
That's
yeah.
why.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
it didn't. There was nothing in second and third year that like was the same as that. So it wasn't like you had to progress. It was just a first year subject.
And so it was like the day before you were leaving, and your teacher was like, "Fine, we'll just fucking pass him."
Must
Here,
be
take it."
because I ended up only getting like 42% of that.
That's hilarious. Very funny.
But you didn't. Where did you go?
Where'd you
Where
end up?
didn't I fucking go?
You didn't go like the Ballyfermot or anything?
No,
did you?
I went to O'Fee College in Dundalk. So O'Fee was like a
Oh,
PLC
that's
backdoor.
right beside where I
DKT.
go now, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's the next door one. I went in to do IT and did a year in there, and then went to Colester in Dublin to do Cisco networking, and hated it. Hated it. All computers. Yeah,
But
that was
the
it
old
for me.
leaving cert is funny because
No, it wasn't.
you have your
it was terrible.
you have your mind set for something,
Yeah.
and you don't actually know whether you like it.
I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do, but
Yeah.
IT in and around that time was the IT boom, and it was just either you were going to be a doctor, or you were going to go do some all the
Yeah,
techie
well,
lads were
yeah.
engineering, and then all the other lads were just IT. And, that was
And
it.
what did you say? What was your man's name? I don't want to insult him, Krusty.
Mr. Ryan.
Mr. Ryan. So he was the guidance counselor when we were there
Yeah.
in the community school.
Yeah.
And basically, he probably said the same thing about you. Like, what was the go-to thing that everybody
Yeah.
was doing? And for me, then it was civil engineering.
Yeah.
If you like anything, and must have said, "Oh, you're good at computers" or something.
No,
And-
he told me I was going to be a
Bin
bin man. I
Oh.
said that beforehand.
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry. Okay. He actually said that.
Yeah. He was like, "There's no hope for you."
Or
He took
now,
it-
like, business is really big because, like, if you do any business thing, you can just get jobs. as
you can go
simple
anywhere.
as-
Yeah.
Well, it's trends like that because they know what's going to be like the hot fucking
Yeah.
thing, and
And
that's why the
that's
points
only-
go up. Like,
Yeah.
That's only like 3-year course for a level 8, so you have your full degree, but you only have to do 3 years.
I like that.
who's the guidance counselor in the school now?
I don't know, some really young, 2 young girls.
Oh,
Two
two
of
young
them?
girls.
Yeah.
They had to replace Mr. Ryan with 2 young girls. Wow.
Kick
Why
out
didn't we?
that
Go-
good.
we were born in the wrong era, weren't we?
I think there's actually 3 of them now, I think.
What?
There's a lad as well, yeah.
Gets-
Yeah,
oh,
but
lad,
like,
okay.
like how
Yeah.
many students are in the community school
Yeah,
now
true.
compared to when we were there?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
And how many classes was in your Leaving Cert class?
There was 5.
How many was in there?
3, I think.
3, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It's not too much more.
No. But then how many people were in each of those classes though? That's
I'd
the thing.
say around 25. Some of them.
Yeah, we
Actually
had
similar
classes.
enough.
Right? Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's actually not gone up that
No,
much. Yeah.
our year wasn't that big. It's like, say, the people going into first year now, their classes are mad. There's like 160, 170 people.
And you have to do like proper exams now to get
yeah,
in.
to get into school.
It's because it's
we,
not.
No, we didn't have to do
It's
that,
not a
but yeah.
thing now where
Kids are
you.
going like.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like a thing. Oh well, we're going to Trim. Like there's people that live out beside me that had to go to Longwood or have to go to Aboy because they couldn't get into Trim.
Oh yeah. There's
So
but
there's a
there's no
limited
exam
places.
though, is there?
Yeah, but then there's
Yeah.
people coming from like Enfield and
They can't get into Enfield.
Yeah.
no, that they can get, but they want to go to Trim. But
Right.
then there's people from Trim not getting in Trim
Because
of
of
them
that.
people. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. There's still the brother sister rule though, isn't there? If your brother
Yeah.
or sister's in there, you can get in automatically.
Oh.
But there's the entrance exam is like when we did the entrance exam. Do you remember the?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like, what shape is this? A square? Like it's easy.
Yeah. It's just to kind of tell you whether you're in A1, A2,
Or whether
A3,
you're just
or
not really fit for any of the classes. Yeah.
A4.
I got screwed in first year because I went in with no one else from my class from Borsmell.
Oh, did you not?
No, I was 1A1 and everybody else was in 1 or 2.
You were. Oh no, you were in a different school. We had. Do you remember a guy called Mickey McDonough? He was called Mickey Tenpence. around
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Mickey Tenpence, the first day of secondary school, turned up for school and his school uniform was dirty.
Oh wow. Fair play to him.
For the first morning in secondary school, we all lined up. His uniform was bogging. He'd been wearing it for like a week before in the town and stuff.
On the last thing there, just on the list of things.
Yeah, let's wrap up the leaving cert.
No, just because I think it's important just to take care of yourself. You know, it's because as you said,
I still do that.
we all had different paths.
Yeah.
You're obviously currently still on your path. But you know, if you don't get what you want, there's always a way to get there.
Yeah.
And don't
Yeah.
put too much pressure on yourself, because you might think you'd like this certain career,
And
and
then
you might be
hate it.
2 weeks in
And
college.
plus, after you're leaving cert, nobody talks about, like, you know the way when you go in to your junior cert and everyone's like, oh, big deal.
Mm.
But then after, everyone's like, oh, well, it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Just saying that
Yeah.
to study the leaving cert's the exact same.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
after you get your results, no one even mentions it
Yeah.
again.
And
Yeah.
it's obviously true, because remember, there are far more people that have done the Leaving Cert and are out there saying it than are doing it now.
Yeah.
So
You don't see that when you're in Leaving Cert. I remember getting the results for the Leaving Cert, opening up the envelope, looking at it, and then bursting into tears. And then, because I didn't get a very good result at all, I was like, oh, shite. But the only reason I did that was because I thought that everyone around me was going into college the next year. Everyone was leaving. And I was either going to have to stay here and do another year, and all my friends were gone. It was like fear of missing out, like,
Oh, that-
because you thought everyone else was
I
going
definitely
to
wouldn't
do...
have stayed back and done it again.
Yeah,
I
see,
wouldn't have known, no.
The only thing I'd say about staying back, right, was for the first 3 or 4 months of college, I was underage. So you couldn't
Right.
go and do anything or
So
get in anything. I
Probably would
wasn't
have
18 till
benefited you to
January.
probably go back anyway, would it? Even though you wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, well, it's just nice to be going into college when you're 18, like, I'd
you're
say.
able to do things,
Yeah,
Yeah, because like the only lads that I became friends with was the football, and then you were missing out because they were going out,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
just felt like you just drifted a little bit. But
You didn't
it's
chance
okay.
your arm. Oh, you didn't drink anyway, I suppose.
No, but a lot of
Wouldn't have
them
mattered.
then you weren't getting into many places anyway. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
hung out in the pool hall.
Yeah.
But like
which is
when
now
we
closed.
were opening our exam results, like everyone's kind of just laughing at each other, just like, oh, rage, you got that, whatever.
Yeah.
Then in the girls' school, like when we were driving past, we were all going up like to the Castle Arch. When we were driving, they were all like, everyone would be in floods of tears, and they
Yeah.
were all like texting everyone. They were just so stressed over it,
So
like
much
they would
drama.
do nothing. Yeah.
Because like if you really really want some, say, I don't know, a vet, that's massive points.
Who's
Isn't it?
she? Oh, a vet.
A vet,
A vet. All right, okay.
So that's like what, something like 500, like.
Yeah,
And then
like
you didn't
mad.
get that, you might
But
think
then,
your
like,
life was over.
All the
Yeah.
girls, like the stories you do hear, like they're all pressured into so much, and like
Yeah.
it's a be all and end all, and then it's just like
And
not at all.
Tully's is a good story. She went back and done her Leaving Cert again, and she still didn't get the points, I think, to do what she wanted.
Yeah.
And she went to do like in Dundalk. She went to do like
UPLC or something.
a more like general nursing thing instead of, and then she done that,
Specialise or
and
something.
then went another thing, and then she went back like in her late 20s to do her degree or masters to be the nurse that she wanted to be.
Yeah,
So there's always paths to do it or whatever, like, you know.
definitely.
So,
And you're like you're so young.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that when you're coming out of school, you're like, oh, I've only got a certain. For some reason, you've got like, I've only got 3 or 4 years to get my college done, and then I have to start working. You don't.
no.
You can wait forever. Like I didn't go to everything that I do now. Like I own a business now, and do a load of stuff that I really love doing and make good money doing it. But none of it is related to what I did in college
No.
at all.
Do you know what would be handy in school actually to learn is why the taxman takes so much of your money? That'd be handy.
Well, I think they do that in business studies.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you just didn't
No,
pay
they
attention.
Don't, no, they just
No.
they just kind of tell you like, obviously if you earn this much, you get that much back. But they never actually go like,
In depth into
yeah.
where that money goes.
You just look at your like. I remember like 2 weeks after I finished finished school, then you start getting taxed, and I was getting a load of money. I was like, what is going on here?
Emergency
Yeah,
tax.
That's it, yeah.
Bloody tax. I think we should just not pay tax. Will we do that?
Just refuse.
So, well,
Yeah.
that USC is still there, and that was an
Yeah.
emergency tax like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's still on the go. Like,
Yeah, of course it is. Anything to draw out a bit of money. No, we're going down politics road again.
no, don't do that. Just let's not try to worry too much in your Leaving Cert when you're doing it.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's okay. Take care of yourself.
Be handy
You'll
in
be
the old
alright.
head. Yeah, your friends are all in the same
Yeah.
path as you are.
You'll
you
be
can-
all right in the long run.
Yeah.
It's that time, you know the name. It's the reason we all came. Find the words that are the same. It's that time to play the waffle game.
What's the worst anyone's ever gotten in this?
0. It happens very regularly.
Yeah. Okay.
But no one's ever got 5.
no one's ever got 5. No, not with us anyway.
I got 4 once
Yeah.
on the
that's close.
FIFA covers.
What did I get on the Toyotas? I got 4 on Toyotas.
Wasn't that
Jesus.
Volkswagens or Toyotas? Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
Toyotas.
forgot the
4 as
fucking
well.
Prius.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, when you read that out, I'll start 30 seconds.
Okay, so you have 30 seconds from after I name out the name of this thing to name movies with Tom Cruise in them. Go,
Oh Jesus.
Tom Cruise. Ding, 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 ding.
This
Ding,
isn't a very good
Do you know any Tom Cruise movies?
one.
Oh my god, okay.
Do you know who Tom Cruise is?
Um, Yeah, no, I know who he is. He's the teeth. They're
Yeah.
kind of like off center. Yeah.
Mr. Teeth, yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
James
dun,
Bond.
dun. No,
No.
that's not the James Bond theme.
What's the most recent one that is in, and he's made a remake of it, or the second prequel?
Dun, dun.
that-
Fast and Furious.
That's your.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
You'd be good in it though.
He would actually be good in it. I think we'll give you a sympathy point for Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
Will we?
Have you another one, and we can give it another crack? No.
I don't. I've only got the one.
Oh, okay.
Do you have one there?
So Tom Cruise, go through it there.
Okay, so movies with Tom Cruise in them, right? Here's my 5 that I
I
had.
probably know. Yeah.
You're
Right,
going to be
yeah.
like, oh, damn it.
Well, maybe.
This
Well,
is the
we'll see.
most sadistic game ever. It really is. I've supported Liverpool my whole life, and he
Yeah.
did Liverpool players,
Yeah, and
and
he
I
did
got
Well,
one.
I'm
I
glad
think.
it's not that one. Right. Okay.
I only got one, and I've supported them my whole life. So the movies are Mission Impossible. That's
Yeah.
us singing. Dun, 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 dun.
Alright.
Second one was Top Gun.
Okay.
Yeah, that's out now at the moment in the cinemas. Top Gun. These two you probably won't know. Tropic Thunder. Did you ever see Tropic Thunder?
No.
Vanilla Sky.
No.
No. Jerry Maguire.
No.
Show me the money.
Yeah.
That's such a good movie.
Help me, help you.
No, the first day I've heard. I've never seen them though.
Have you not seen Mission Impossible?
No.
They're like a crap James Bond, basically.
Yeah. And there's like
it's close.
7 of them.
Yeah, and is there?
I think so.
I saw one and then I gave up.
Because it's 1, 2,
Um,
3, and then Rogue Nation and something else. Or
You're a bit of a fan, are you?
there was 1, 2, and 3. Come on then.
You love a bit of Tom.
He runs in
but
all
Top
them.
Gun was a great movie.
Yeah.
That's a class one. You have to watch Top Gun.
Right.
The original Top Gun.
Was it
Don't know, I
your
haven't seen it
ego is writing checks, it can't cash?
Yeah.
Good
Mr.
lines, good
Goose
lines.
as well. So yeah, there's the waffle
No,
game.
I've never seen any of them.
Have you not?
No.
What
I don't judge you.
What movies would you watch?
You're quite young,
See,
so
I don't really watch. No, I wouldn't be a movie person.
right.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't sit down. No.
See, I
More
originally
of like a series. I wouldn't mind watching episodes, but just not.
I
didn't.
should have done Netflix series.
I
That's what
didn't
should
get
have
the
done.
5 of them though. You tested me earlier on.
I tested him. Yeah. See, I originally got it for him, and then he
Right.
told me you were coming along, and that's the
Okay.
only one that I had. So, yeah, we should have done Netflix series. That's a good one, actually.
Okay.
We'll save that for another week. But see, actually, do you know what? We'll keep that for John for next week and see if he listens to the podcast.
Oh, I was going to do one for Turkey.
Yeah, see if he realises he's been replaced or anything.
Yeah.
Just on the Turkey, did you see his video earlier that we said we were going to mention?
Oh yeah.
He's riding around in a very fancy car.
Oh yeah.
Very
It
fancy.
is. Have you sure get up Instagram there? Show her the fancy car.
Oh, fancy
It's
car.
amazing, and a fancy hotel room as well.
And who's he over there with?
Work.
Just he's going over for work. He works for outdoorliving.ie, I believe.
Yeah, outdoor living is the best living.
I believe so.
I think.
Outdoorliving.ie.
I think that's what he said.
They sell bean bags for some reason.
It's not his
and would
own
he
one
mention
actually.
that a lot? Like,
He does, yeah. Yeah, we have to try and promote the company.
You still have beanbag in your house, have you?
the pink one.
Yeah.
Of his?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Oh, is
the last, did it?
Yeah,
Has like
but-
a little elephant. Is it a little elephant?
That's one of the outdoor living ones.
This is where he was. Hang on.
Very fancy man, our John.
You know what dandelions are?
I do.
Okay, so it's they're called like dandelions, like rawr, lions. Okay. And they are a weed, but people still like them, right?
Okay.
So
Soup and tea.
they're called dandelions because the things on them resemble like a lion's tooth.
What?
Yeah, and this comes from the look of the sharp pointed lobes of its leaves, which resembles the teeth of a lion.
Oh.
Yeah, and I just thought this was funny. This is an extra little thing, right? So dandelion is of importance as a cleanser, particularly of the liver and kidneys in France. It is known as the pissenlint.
I've heard of that. Piss in the beds.
Yeah, well, it's
Heard that,
pissenlint.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was funny because obviously in France they probably don't think that piss is piss, like.
Oh, yeah, obviously not, yeah.
Yeah, because it's of its diuretic properties, so it makes it piss like.
So I thought dandelions are dandelions not the ones that you
So people
blow.
eat the,
Yeah,
You go
Uh,
poof, and then all the stuff goes everywhere.
they're the yellow ones.
yeah,
that
they're the
turn
yellow ones.
Yeah, they're not turning.
them
into
ones
the
that you
big-
blow are the seeds that go and make dandelions.
What do dandelions look like?
Lion's teeth.
Yeah, well, you said that, but I don't know what they look like.
Oh, okay, hang on.
Lion's teeth.
See?
Oh, yeah. Doesn't really look like a lion.
lions.
Doesn't look like a lion's tooth, though, does it? Really?
I would have said a lion's mane,
Yeah.
Mane, yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
but then you'd have to call them dandel-manes.
So the little
Change it all together.
the little blowy ones.
Are the seed version of it.
So they're the same ones. Ah, they are.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so they are
They are,
dandelions.
yeah.
Ah, I get you. All right, is that your shell bomb?
Yeah, you just played it down a little bit there. But
Sorry. Let's see how my one goes. You notice that we say the word shell bomb and not bombshell.
You don't watch Top Gear though, do you?
No, I used to.
Yeah, Bertie's afraid of his life of getting sued.
Yeah, it kinda-
To watch it.
It was kind of a joke at the start, and then we've just gone with it.
So Mount Everest is bigger now than the last time it was measured.
Yeah, because it's a fold. Yeah, it's some mountain.
She knows about mountains.
Oh,
there you go.
knows about mountains.
You're in the wrong.
Geography.
You're in the wrong business. Yeah, I thought you would have known that. So Mount Everest may not have physically
What's
grown.
the tectonic plates, is it?
Oh God, this is not a shell bomb then. Having reached maturity a long time ago, however, the most recent measurement performed by surveyors in China and Nepal, the mountain peak is standing taller because of, as you said, tectonic plates shifting. So
Oh.
it's now taller than it was the last time they measured it.
So it's a grown-up mountain now.
It's a big owl mountain. Yeah.
Oh, very good.
There you go. That's my shell bomb.
Shell
Oh,
bomb.
No.
Oh
there's-
my God.
You know about the dead people on Mount Everest?
Oh, that they're frozen.
Yeah, they just left there.
Okay, yeah. They just
Yeah.
leave them because it's too dangerous to go up and get them.
Oh yeah.
It's not bad
Um,
enough walking up in like those conditions and just walking past
Yeah.
someone that's just like.
It's possible too that your eyelids will freeze together when you go up there.
Really?
Yeah. Ant Middleton climbed Everest because you can pay like 70,000, and their Sherpas will bring you up
Right.
and carry all your stuff or whatever, because they're so used to the altitude it doesn't affect them, so they don't get altitude sickness because they live up there.
Right.
And he was coming back down, and he started not being able to see because his eyelids were getting frozen and was scratching his eyeball like.
That's a shell bomb.
Oh, shell bomb.